Russia investigations this morning continuing, including this tweet. When James Clapper himself and virtually everyone else with knowledge of the witch hunt says there is no collusion, when does it end? Retired Air Force Lieutenant General James Clapper served as Director of National Intelligence to President Obama and joins me now exclusively. General, thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
You were head of all the intelligence agencies until, I guess, January 20th.
Exactly.
And that concluded more than a half-century of intelligence work for the U.S. government in the military and afterwards.
Right.
Well, the president is now again today using you to defend him and to say that this is a witch hunt, that you say there was no collusion from anyone from the Trump campaign. And you testified to that. I wanted to give you a chance to explain, because there was an explanation in your own testimony, with especially the colloquy with Senator Graham, that that's not what you were looking at. That's not what your job was, to look for collusion.
Well, it might be useful first to explain the unique position that the FBI occupies, in that it straddles both intelligence as a part of the U.S. intelligence community and law enforcement. My practice during the 6.5 years that I was at DNI was always to defer to the director of the FBI, be it Director Bob Mueller or Director Jim Comey, on whether, when, and what to tell me about a counterintelligence investigation. When the possibility was there that this could devolve into some sort of a criminal investigation. So I left it to the judgment of the FBI, and that was certainly the practice I followed here, but that was consistent with what I did during the whole 6.5 years. So it's not surprising or or abnormal that I would not have known about the investigation, or even more importantly, the content of that investigation. So I don't know if there was collusion or not. I don't know if there's evidence of collusion or not, nor should I have in this particular context.
So you were not intending...
If I may, one more point is what we were focused on, and certainly what I was focused on, in the madcap environment of the end of my time as DNI, was the intelligence community assessment that we put together on Russian interference in our election, which, by the way, is the issue we really ought to be focusing on, I think, as a nation. And what we were very concerned about, and I say we, this was the three directors whose agencies participated in this, NSA, FBI, and CIA, was the confidence levels that we wanted to sustain before we published that ICA. And in that context, there was no evidence.
Community assessment,
right,
the ICA.
Exactly. There was no evidence that rose to that level at that time that found its way into the intelligence community assessment, which we had pretty high confidence in. That's not to say there wasn't evidence, but not that met that threshold.
And you were not intending to convict or to clear anyone of collusion. It just was outside of your scope.
That's correct. That's correct.
And that would include the people who we know are under investigation. Do you think that the Russia investigation is fake news or a witch hunt, as the president keeps tweeting and saying?
Well, I don't believe it is, but that's kind of irrelevant. I think what needs to happen here is to clear this cloud, the cloud that's hanging over the administration, over the president of the White House, and it would be in everyone's best interest to get to the bottom of this and for the country. Otherwise, this is going to continue to linger as a dark cloud over, in my opinion, over this administration.
Now, the president actually taped your testimony from earlier this week, played it back for some Time magazine reporters, played back your segment about collusion, lack of collusion, and said that you were choking on your testimony. Do you want to respond to that?
Yeah, I read that. I heard about that tweet. I don't know what he meant by that. I certainly knew what I wanted to say, and I attempted to certainly clear up this misunderstanding about what I meant, particularly on the interview with Chuck Todd on Meet the Press.